We've got 2 more comics for you, and we've reached a very special time because there's a very special audience member in the front who's just been waiting this whole time to see a special someone. And I'll tell you this, when my son was 4 years old, he came to see me for the first time, and I got him kicked out of the comedy club. So you're doing great, sweetheart. I love that you're here to support. Everybody, please go crazy for Maddie's mom. It's Janice Anderson!
Hi, everyone. I'm Janice Anderson, Maddie's mom. Sorry, Maddie. Not for the same reasons as everyone else. I already had to apologize to her for that earlier this summer when I took her to a Fringe show where Satan recited Cardi B's song WAP. I'm sorry, Maddie. And I'm also sorry because the real reason I'm sorry to Maddie is she actually has a science test tomorrow. And she can't study for it because yesterday we were in Disneyland and today she's here watching this X-rated comedy show. Probably not going to win any Parenting of the Year awards. You guys, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I couldn't drive here. I'm shaking. I had to take a cab. And I decided to, why not? I'll rehearse my skit with the cab driver. 5 minutes long, he didn't laugh once. And then he said, oh, well, it's your first time doing this, right? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, it's okay, you'll get better. And then as he's driving, he YouTubed Russell Peters, and he said, see, this guy's funny. You could do it like this guy. I was having a hard time before I traumatized my daughter, and all of this. I've been actually having a really hard time lately. You know that colleague, we all have one. They do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. Except when they do something, their work is just careless and riddled with mistakes, and then it becomes your responsibility to fix it. Unfortunately, at my job, it's me. I am that guy, and I hate it. I really do. But the problem is I suck at my job. I'm dyslexic and a little bit illiterate, which made working as a communications manager probably not the right profession in hindsight. I work with really smart people. I work with engineers. The president of the company I work for, prior to joining our company, he worked for the engineering giant KBR. Unfortunately, on our company's website, I had him working for the KGB. I don't think he was a Russian. I'm pretty sure he wasn't a Russian spy. I actually think he was Ukrainian. And I'm sorry. I know. I'm too far. Too soon. Not funny. My friend warned me not to tell this joke out of fear that I would offend, well, A, the president of my company, KBR, Ukrainians, of course, and, well, really everybody. But honestly, I got to be a little bit more worried about the KGB. Like, imagine this little stand-up comedy skit of mine goes viral, and, like, Putin sees it on TikTok. He's like, what? How dare she seize her? Anyway, now that I'm unemployed, I've been trying to save some money, but it's really hard. Like my husband, he wanted to go to Vegas recently, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to spend the money. But then I felt guilty because I'm like, well, he works hard. He deserves to have a little fun. He should go to Vegas. So I went, but I punished myself by booking WestJet's new ultra basic fare. Have you heard of it? It's basically the exact same as WestJet's old basic fare, but with none of the extra frills like, a carry-on luggage or a seat on the plane. But probably the worst part about it is the humiliation. Because you see, WestJet has zones based on status and priority. So first of all, you have your zone 1, which is the priority zone, and then you have zones 2 through 4, which are varying degrees of economy. And then all of a sudden it jumps all the way down to zone 9. Zone 9, that's where you find your ultra basic folks. So once WestJet boards the plane and everyone from zones 1 to 4 get on, the flight attendant comes on the mic. Hello everyone and welcome aboard WestJet Flight 480 for service to Las Vegas. Now that all of our valued members are on board with their overhead luggage properly stored, we'd like to welcome aboard those guests joining us in Zone 9. Zone 9, please proceed directly to the back of the plane and straight into the left lavatory where you belong, you absolute pieces of shit. And then you got to walk down the whole, 25 rows of people just glaring at you. And because they hate you too, because now you're going to be occupying one of only 2 washroom facilities on the plane. And heaven forbid, should the plane break down and you're in zone 9, you're extra screwed. Because you see, the thing is WestJet, they provide emergency response services based on status as well. So first of all, they rescue people in zone 1, and then 2, 3, and 4. And then they rescue all of their luggage because they're going to need their stuff. And then they rescue all of the imaginary people in zones 4 to 8 and all of their imaginary luggage. And then, and only then, if the plane hasn't crashed or exploded yet, Zone 9ers are allowed to try to escape through the emergency exit, but we're on our own because as far as WestJet's concerned, we can go straight to hell. In fact, they'll fly us there. Not direct though. First, we gotta connect through Calgary. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'm Janice Anderson. Have a great night.